This was back in 2006. I had just turned 15, and I was on an Eastern Caribbean cruise with my family. On our second night, my parents told me to take my younger brother to the teenagers' hangout room so I could meet people my own age. They dropped my little sister off at the kiddie daycare so they could go have a quiet dinner together. At the teen hangout, there was a get-to-know-each-other activity happening. One of those awkward icebreakers where you're given a sheet with 20 traits, like I love to read nonfiction, or I've been to more than 3 countries. You had to get a different person to sign off on each one. First, to fill the sheet won a prize. I was standing off to the side, feeling way too cool for this, when a shy-looking girl approached me. Blonde hair pulled into a messy bun, soft voice, ocean blue eyes. She gave a tiny smile and said, "My mom says my eyes look green in the sun. I could sign your sheet for that one, if you want." I didn't really care about the sheet, but she was cute, so I handed it over. That was the first moment I met Aria. We ended up talking the entire evening. There was something about her that made it easy to laugh, easy to be quiet, easy to be myself. Before long, we slipped out of the teen room and began exploring the ship together. That week turned into one of the most carefree, quietly magical times of my life. During the day, we went on excursions with our families, Jamaica, the Bahamas, Grand Cayman, and every night after dinner, Aria and I would meet up and wander. We snuck into the casino to watch blackjack games, until security nudged us out. We lay back under the stars, watching movies on the top deck. We sat at the bar counter sipping Pepsis, while the bartenders performed juggling tricks just for fun. Midweek, in a lounge with velvet chairs and warm lighting, a guy was singing Sweet Caroline on the piano. Aria and I were sitting close, not quite touching. When the music slowed, she leaned in and kissed me. Soft, unsure, real. I looked at the clock. It was 11:15. After that, we were inseparable. She filled my iPod with her favorite bands, some of which I still love. We stayed up talking about our families, our fears, the future. We raided the ship's tiny library and lay on the floor reading to each other in hushed voices. At 3 a.m., we'd hit the all-night buffet for shrimp and cake. One night, we snuck up to the front of the ship where the wind was so strong we couldn't hear anything, and we stood there kissing while the sun rose behind us. I promised I wouldn't cry on the last night, but of course I did. Aria walked me back to my cabin as the sun was coming up. We sat in the hallway leaning against the door, holding hands in silence until it hurt too much to keep saying goodbye. When she finally walked away, she looked back once, but the hallway was too dark, and I couldn't see her face. I'm from the east coast of Canada. She was from California. We tried keeping in touch, AIM, MySpace, but it was never quite the same. Even now, all these years later, I smile when I hear Sweet Caroline, or when I glance at the clock and see 11:15. I've loved and lost since then, but I'll always remember that summer and the week I fell in love with a girl named Aria on a ship in the middle of the sea.